some of you will be aware of the TV programme.
Well, John Philip came on TV screen, much like Alan Sugar with the task at hand for The Apprentice, which is very good. I think they all sat back going, wow, this is really massive, and in the back of their minds they were thinking, how are we going to manage this? How am I going to do? What am I going to do?
The group seemed to be quite organised in the very beginning. They obviously needed to find their feet first of all. Asked a whole bunch of questions to Dale and the different people that were available to them.
Small local corporate accounts, I definitely have a great relationship with all of them, yes.
The sales manager came in, she said she's got 6 key contracts in the area that she could possibly provide us with some trade with, as long as we gave her relevant information and relevant details of what we were actually trying to launch. And then we spoke to Rebecca, who's the F&B manager, and she just gave us the constraints of the operation.
Here's the man of the hour.
We spoke to the head chef and he gave us some really useful information.
We wanted to throw lots of different menu ideas in. He said, hold on a minute, concentrate on dinner. From my experience, I've been here 3 or 4 months, from my experience, just concentrate on dinner.
It helped us a lot because it kind of showed us what we are able to do and what we're not able to do, so it kind of put us in the right place.
We're all professionals in what we do, and we are thinking big, and we're thinking 100 covers. But with the facilitation of Dale, the general manager, she says it's still got to run as a hotel restaurant. We couldn't just pack it out for a drinks event, which although would make a lot more money, we have to be considerate of the hotel guests and external customers.
They all gelled. They were very polite, which I was surprised, because normally there is 1 or 2 guys that really stand up and go, let me take charge, I want to prove what I can do, and that didn't happen when I was in the room.
They didn't have a structure, there wasn't a leader, there wasn't somebody who was driving this forward, which was and still continues to be their challenge.
We have to look at the restaurant, we have to meet with the chef in order to also look at the menu.
What is the maximum a la carte covers you can do?
Dinner, 30, 35.
If we were to do, for example, 40 covers with your set menu that you do for your inclusives, would that make life easier for you?
Yeah.
There's no sense of urgency in the group. There's no sense, let's do this now. This has to be done by 2 o'clock. This has to be done by 5 o'clock.
They haven't completed the brainstorm, I think. They haven't given it sufficient time. They haven't allowed these out-of-the-box kind of ideas to come out.
They all come from very different environments, and none of them actually work in this establishment. So they need to understand the mindset, the frame of person that actually uses the Trafalgar and wants to stay in the Trafalgar.
So we're just charging £25 for the menu, and then we've decided to include a cocktail upon booking.
It is a 3-course menu, and of course starter, main course and dessert. You do have also a welcome cocktail, which is really good value.
It's great to see that actually actual calls are being put through to companies now to make appointments to drop off these flyers.
I think the energy is amazing in the room at the moment. Everybody just wants to get things done. I think at times we're losing track a little bit, but there's always somebody who brings us back on track, which I think is really, really good.
No targets have been set as to where they want to be at the end of the day. In terms of timelines, it seems a bit vague. There are some activities, but they are not measuring how they're progressing against these activities, which could potentially leave the restaurant empty tomorrow.
We've made 6 appointments with local companies, including the Canadian Embassy. So what we're going to do is go to those companies and give out the flyers so they can distribute within their colleagues. Along the way, we'll also stop off at a few different offices and basically whatever we come across on the way, and just give out as many flyers as possible and try and get some bookings.
And let you know it's 3-course, £25, including a cocktail.
Kicked off this morning at 9:30 with Kevin guiding the team as to what needs to be done, and they've got some reservations.
Okay, we're going to split everyone up again into the groups for the final kind of few hours, just so everyone's clear on what they're doing for the evening.
So it's 2:30 in the afternoon now, and they're laying out a restaurant. There are a lot of people down there, and they've been running behind schedule, I've heard them say earlier. There was a bit of communication issue with the kitchen as well, in terms of how many covers they will be able to do tonight.
Numbers of people, they fluctuate the amount of people they wanted to cater for.
Dale has encouraged the team to communicate with the chef to make sure that her diners won't be disappointed tonight.
The hotel itself hasn't coped with this number. The maximum they've ever done is 60, and we're hoping to push it to 70 tonight. So it's a challenge for the hotel, but it's a challenge in working with the chefs as well.
One of the hardest things tonight is if they keep the management of the tables and the timings, whether they have it spaced out enough. They have it actually spaced out in the booking sheet, but whether they actually keep to that. I would much prefer to do 70 people well rather than do 100 people badly.
The place looks absolutely fabulous. The way they set it up, the way they set the tables, the way they set the waiting area. Their uniforms seem to be in sync. They all seem to know what they're doing. My biggest concern of the night is the guests, making sure the quality of service is what they expect, and the relationship with the kitchen. So we'll see how it goes.
Celebrity MasterChef Sterling Webb would like to invite you to mark the launch of our new and exciting menu. Sterling has selected his tantalizing dishes and created a 3-course set menu designed for your exquisite taste.
The operation is in full swing down in the restaurant now, and they seem to have really done an excellent job. The first few diners I've spoken to are very happy with the service and the food.
The arrival was quite welcoming, and it looks, the whole setup and decoration is being done in a way that looks very cozy.
The staff have been brilliant. It's always, the food can be as good as you like, but if the staff aren't very good, then you're not going to come back to a restaurant.
And they seem to have staggered the reservations in such a way that they're not getting under too much pressure.
We can't have done any better. The team has been great. We worked very well with the hotel people, and I think everyone pulled together at the end, and we did as much as we could.
I can honestly say I've seen some talent in this group. I've seen some people that are very strategic, but I can honestly say I've seen some people who are doers versus strategic. And I think if I was part of the group, I'd give it some thought as to where I sat in that section and then decide how I'm going to move forward to be a member of Top Talent.
A great team all in all, I think, and they've really proven themselves tonight. Well done.
Group 2, which was led by Dan, had revenues of 1,138 and a profit of £570. Group 1 was led by Kevin, £1,497 and a departmental profit of £762. So Group 1 are the apprentices. Well done.